So much better. Welcome back to Mudwalkers. My name is Chris. If you're new to the channel, check out the link tree in the description down below. It'll show you all my important social media and my Patreon page, etc., etc. Let's get into this. So recently, I went on a new little search across the interwebs for new articles and arguments against naturism. I do this periodically to look for new material, not just for the channel, although that's also true. I do it to, you know, see what people are actually saying about the issue from scripture and otherwise. And in looking up, articles about modesty, I came across a very interesting article called 6 Benefits of Dressing Modestly by Alexis and Guerrero. Interestingly enough, this article is not written from an explicitly religious angle. Instead, it's looking at practical benefits to oneself as a result of dressing modestly, apparently especially as a woman, but that might be a bit of interpretation and speculation on my part. By all means, read the article for yourself. There will be a link in the description down below, and let me know what you think of the article. So yeah, very interesting that the article focuses on the benefits for the wearer rather than benefits for the beholder. All right, the first benefit is comfort. The idea is that super revealing clothes are a lot less comfortable than wearing modest clothes. So Alexis, this actually sounds like a really great argument for naturism, because for many of us, being nude is just a lot more comfortable than wearing pretty much any clothes. I mean, there are certain clothes that feel really, really good, but there's something about just not having anything on my skin that just really, it just feels like I have freer movement. I'm a bit physically lighter because there's less weight on me, but there are really lightweight clothes too. It just, yeah, in general, just comfier. So if you want to cite comfort as a reason to dress the way that you dress, I'm all for it, obviously. The second point is respect. Alexis writes, "Nothing commands more respect than a woman who's confident in her own skin." Doesn't that sound nice? That sounds really nice, doesn't it? That sounds nice. Her own skin. Comfortable in her own skin. That doesn't sound like clothes to me. That sounds like naturism. How is shrouding your body in layers and layers of concealing fabric showing confidence in your own skin? I don't get that one. Wouldn't the highest confidence in your body be letting your body just be itself? This is what we say about lots of other areas of life, that just being yourself is the highest form of confidence. So why not this one? The idea here is that modesty builds a woman's confidence, and then that confidence in herself inspires respect from others. Again, that sounds like naturism to me. I've heard story after story of women experiencing this in naturism, that naturism builds their confidence, and that confidence is part of the respect of naturism. Naturism is very well known, at least among naturists, for fostering a lot of mutual respect. So if you want respect from your fellow man, your fellow human, person, thing, the fellow human being, Homo sapiens, how many other ways can I say human? Then just have everyone take their clothes off. Simple. The third point is confidence, which we kind of already talked about in the respect section, I think, right? So let's look at the other 3 points. But before we do, let's talk about Patreon. This episode of Mudwalkers is brought to you by Patreon. These guys are my patrons. They're making the channel possible. They're keeping my work sustainable. I cannot thank them enough for everything they're doing on Patreon. And my patrons, who I know are watching this video, thank you so much for making everything here possible. If you are interested in supporting what I do, there's a link tree in the description down below, which includes my Patreon link, so that you can support me financially if that's something that you think you would like to do. But regardless, the tiers start at $5 and go up at the time of this recording. And starting at the $10 level and above, you get access to a monthly video call with me and the other patrons. It's a time for us to get together and share stories and swap ideas and just in general, hang out and have fun. It's one of my favorite parts of having Patreon, is getting to interact with you guys on a monthly basis like that, and it makes everything better. I really, really appreciate the opportunity to meet you guys and be able to have the deep conversations that we get to have. Now, not every conversation is deep. We have a lot of fun too, but we do have some pretty awesome conversations though. Back to the video. The fourth point is wardrobe malfunctions. Now, we're all familiar with this idea, right? That a woman is wearing a plunging neckline, she bends over, and oops, there's a piece of my breast I didn't want exposed to view, and someone just saw it. Or the woman's getting in and out of a car in a short skirt, and oops, someone just saw my undergarments, etc., whatever it is. The idea in the article here is that if your skirt is already long, or if you're wearing long pants, and if your neckline is, closer up to your sternum and neck and it's a little bit tighter fitting, if your sleeves are longer, then these wardrobe malfunctions aren't going to happen. Here's the thing though. Don't you kind of have to have clothes on to have a malfunction? Don't you have to have a wardrobe to have a wardrobe malfunction? So what if you just got rid of the wardrobe? If you're already confident in letting your body just be itself, and you're not trying to hide anything from anybody, then how could there be a wardrobe malfunction? Because if a man or woman is naked, the person bends over, you're not really seeing that much more or less of that person than if the person was standing straight up. Or if the person is raising a leg to do this or that and get in and out of something, or up and down from a bench or something, you're not really seeing more or less of a person depending on the person's position. So there isn't a wardrobe malfunction, it's just the same person. So once again, this is an argument for naturism. The fifth point is looking professional, and this one, I admit, is at present culturally true. People tend to view the human body unadorned as unprofessional, that you have to have a collar on or something to look professional. And this is one that I think is less an argument for naturism in our current cultural sphere, and more a reminder that this is how we should just see the body. We are created in the image of God. There is nothing more dignified or more valuable on this planet than human beings. And I got news for you. This is not a human being, and this is not a human being. This is a human being. This is a human being. This is a human being. I am a human being. So I am the most valuable thing on this planet, along with the other billions of humans. I'm not saying I'm the most important human. I'm saying humans are the most important thing on the planet. We are the most dignified, the most glorious thing that God has placed on this planet. So the idea that we would view the image of God, which is humans, we would view the image of God with some kind of disgust or some kind of idea of dishonor or unprofessionalism, it seems like out of everything, the human body should be the thing that we look to with the greatest respect, the greatest decorum. So I think this is something that we should undo. I think for the purposes of the article is accurate that at present human beings in America tend to see the human body as undignified and unprofessional. You done? But I think this is something that we should try to work against, especially as Christians, because this is degrading to the body and therefore to the image of God. The sixth point, a timeless look. Timeless? Really? What could be more timeless than the human form? It shows up in great art from prehistory down to the modern day. The human body is itself beautiful and timeless. Now granted, tastes in what exactly the body should look like to be beautiful has changed a little bit over the centuries. But the human body itself pops up in art over and over and over and over again pretty consistently across human history. So if you want to be timeless, this is what timeless looks like. Appearing human is already timeless, so why put layers on top of that? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to check out the rest of the channel. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. The fourth point is